winning a championship at the CFL level, what do you put into words from that?
Kind of surreal. I say that because this is the first year that I was actually on an active roster the entire year, right? So I didn't really know what to expect. A kicker went down early in the year, Ronnie Peffer, the punter and kicker for Ottawa, and then they called me up, worked me out, and luckily enough, I was able to get signed. So from there, I was just focusing on doing my job and just making my mark in the league to stay on a team and sticking for as long as I can. Just finding a home, and then just the way the course of the year went, I knew I was going to be part of a great team. I knew sky was the limit, but I mean, until we actually, I think it was the moment after we beat Edmonton in the Eastern Finals, just crazy. Like the emotions going through, like wow, like my first year of actually playing, going to the Grey Cup, like you can't ask for a better scenario than that, right? So definitely still surreal. I think getting it the past couple of days here as probably it started to soak in more that we won that championship, because even after the game it was still just a whirlwind, right? And I knew we won it. It felt great, but I feel like the more like months went by, weeks and months, and it's amazing. Yeah, no words for it.
To watch him progress and become a student of the game, to see how well he speaks in front of the crowds, to see his athletic accomplishments, I think to see the growth of him as a person is more special than his physical abilities.
There is so much pressure in the professional game, no matter what position you're in. As a kicker, though, I mean, they're looking at everything that you're doing. You managed to kind of make a spot for yourself punting, which was something that in university you worked hard on. Can you explain how that became important for you?
Well, it was interesting because so the offseason I got called up to Ottawa. I focused mainly on kicking because I knew that's what teams looked for me for. They, kickoffs and field goals is my forte. And punting I can do well. It's still a work in progress, like it is for anyone who's not a normal punter or a natural punter, I should say. So when they called me for that, at that point, they just said, hey, listen, we're comfortable with our field goal guy. We want you to come in and do punts and kickoffs. And at that point, I just didn't think about it. Like, listen, this is my chance to make an opportunity. So I was still about a few days away from going. So the next few days before I went to Ottawa, I just hammered away punting, hammered away kickoffs, just making sure I had the technique down. And then by the time I got there, the first day was good. A couple days after that were a bit shaky. And, I had a great talk with my coaches and said, listen, we know what you can do. Just don't think about it. And I think that's the best advice I got the entire year, especially as a pro, is, you know what, I feel like practices are actually harder than games. The games, fans are coming out to watch you, right? They're paying to come see you. It's an audience. So I thought, you know what, don't think about it. You know what you're doing. You've done a million reps over the years. Just go in there, do your job. Don't pay attention to the crowd. Don't pay attention to all the elements going on. It's tunnel vision, right? So just focus on what you have to do with the ball. That's it.
Okay, let's go back to the Grey Cup. Let's go back to what that experience was like, and what memory maybe you think back to the most from the Grey Cup.
That last, obviously, I mean, I think everyone will say, but the last play in overtime, third down, I was holding Chris Mulo, the other kicker. He was hurt for the game. Had his arm around him. I just said, please, God, it was third down. We had a good chance to get out of there, and luckily we did. But that play, it felt like an eternity. It felt like, geez, an hour went by before that play went, and everything just was kind of slowed down, slow motion. And I waited for the ball. I knew it was going to be incomplete, but I waited for the ball to actually hit the ground. My eyes were fixated on, like, okay, it's over. And then by the time I actually realized that people were running on the field, confetti was coming down, and that's when it kind of hit, oh, we won the game. Now I got to go celebrate with my teammates. Yeah.
Camp is coming this year. You've been kicking frozen footballs all winter long. Take us through the training that comes before the training.
I think it's just being healthy. There was a couple of times where I was dinged up this year, and I feel like off season before, I think I just kind of overworked my leg, and I feel like you need to take more days just working on technique where you're not actually hitting the ball, but just going through the motions. Then obviously you need the days, maybe once or twice a week where you're going out full out kicking. But I used to go 3-4 times a week, and I get dinged up, and whatnot throughout the year. So I think taking reps off, especially for training camp, because you're going to be taking loads of reps, and just taking care of your body, eating the right things, doing rehab, stuff like that to keep you healthy, to stay the course the entire year, injury-free.
Good luck this year.
I appreciate it. Thank you.